Welcome to my film and TV channel, and today we're going to have a review of a Disney film. Yeah, it's nice to have a Disney film, a computer animated musical fantasy comedy. Comedy. Okay, didn't quite work for me, but computer animated musical fantasy. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm not too with a little comedy in brackets, perhaps. A PG rating, 102 minutes. I mean, you got to say, but what's a 62-year-old guy watching Disney films? Well, I do love all films, whatever they are, but more on that in my little views in a bit. Of course, distributed by Walt Disney, of course, their 60th film produced by the studio, directed by Jared Bush and Byron Howard, co-directed by writer Charisse Castro-Smith and produced by Yvette Marino and Clark Spencer, with original songs written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yeah, I think there's some connection with Hamilton, isn't there, with this? Hamilton, as a musical, 2 or 3 catchy tunes in there. It's not one of my favourites, but it was certainly okay. The film stars the voices of Stephanie Beatriz, Maria Cecilia Botero, John Leguizamo, Mari Castillo, Jessica Darrow, Angie Cepeda, Carolina Gaitan, Diane Guerrero and Wilma Valderrama. Yeah, it's all based around Colombia, this, so there you go. That's why we've got some obviously difficult names for poor old northern lad Bernard to try and sort of pronounce. The Madrigals, that's the guys, are an extraordinary family who live hidden in the mountains of Colombia in a charmed place called the Encanto. Hence the name. The magic of the Encanto has blessed every child in the family with a unique gift. Every child except Mirabel. Oh, poor Mirabel. However, she soon may be the Madrigal's last hope when she discovers that the magic surrounding the Encanto is now in danger. Is it any good? Well, all these scores and comments are at the 8th of December 2021 at 5 p.m. UK time. On, of course, Rotten Tomatoes, we have a look at theirs first. Well, there's a 90% positivity of the 159 critics that left scores and reviews on there. 143 fresh and just 16 rotten, so that's not bad, is it? Simran Hans from The Observer here in the UK is fresh on that. She said, I assume it's, my apologies if it's not Simran, I mean, I assume it's a lady. What's interesting and unexpected is the film's subtle acknowledgement of culture-specific generational trauma and displacement. There you go. Right, well, I'll have to get a dictionary out and have a look at that, but Simran Hans liked it because of that, basically. Yeah, not you know, a good cartoon, if you like. There you go. They were rotten, of course. I will give you one of the rotten. Peter Bradshaw from The Guardian, again here in the UK, he was a bit opposite. He said, "This is a flavourless, unsatisfying film." There you go. No messing about with too many floral words there. So interesting, wasn't it? There's quite an extreme reaction, to be honest with you. The website's consensus, which is that you stick all the little heads together and come up with a paragraph or a couple of lines. Encanto's setting and cultural perspective are new for Disney, they are, but the end result is the same enchanting, beautifully animated fun for the whole family. Okay, well, that includes me, and I'm a whole family. The audience loved it. Yeah, 4.6 out of 5 Rotten Tomatoes audience. That equates to 9.2 out of 10. Who am I to argue? But I probably will with that sort of figure. But there you go. Metacritic, the other critic site I look at, uses obviously the average. It comes out at 75 out of 100. So again, very, very good. Not quite as good as Rotten Tomatoes, but that's based on 38 critics who bothered to leave a review. 32 positive, 6 mixed. Okay, and 0 negative. So as I say, yeah, it's very hard to be ultra negative on this. I mean, you know, it's obviously one of those films that it'd be very difficult to be rotten. And obviously there were some rotten on it, weren't there? But it is very difficult to be rotten. But I can understand elements of that, to be honest with you. And it's scored on Metacritic anywhere between 40 out of 100, which isn't great, and 100 out of 100, which I say was probably ignore anyway. But one of the guys we'll look at, Movie Nation's Roger Moore, yeah, he only scored it 50 out of 100. He said, I found Encanto more aggravating than entertaining. Yeah, interesting, very interesting. I don't feel alone, although obviously I'm in very much a minority, as you'll when I'll get to my little view in a little while. But Empire's Ben Travis, he gave it 80 out of 100. He liked it. He said, vibrant visuals, a stack of stellar songs, okay, and a story of real heart make for another Disney banger. 60 films in, the Mouse House still has that magic. It certainly has something. Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, yeah, you, me, the bedpost, everything, 7.6 out of 10. So again, very similar to the Metacritic, isn't it? It was 75 out of 100. So that's the public. And if you look at how the scores break down, I've ignored the 10 out of 10s and 1 out of 10, which I tend to do these days. But you got 6,967 people who left a score. Obviously, mainly some did leave a review as well, but it's a very lower percentage, obviously. 6,967 gave it between 6 out of 10 and 9 out of 10. And only 577 give it 2 out of 10 to 5 out of 10. So of all those people, 92% I would class as positivity, which again is up there with what the critics were saying as well, which is how it is. Right, Bernard's views, my little views on this. As I said, I love films. I can still watch a children's film now and enjoy it that I watched with the kids when they were little. I do love a lot of the Disney films still. I still watch the things like Lion King and Aladdin, stuff like that. The originals, not necessarily the remakes. I do quite like the remakes as well, but I do love films in general. So, you know, to say obviously it's not my demographic, but it is because it's a family film. And I think the interesting thing for this, or not interesting, was probably the first 15 or 20 minutes I found just a little boring, to be honest with you. And after that, it never quite really recovered. I love a good tune. I'm a big musical fan. I'm not seeing West Side Story yet. I'm looking forward to watching that. So I love a good song. I love a good foot tapper, if you like. But it's not, to me, as I say, I actually, probably go back and watch this again at some stage. I'd love to watch it with the grandkids, see what they think. But there's nothing really musically that really appealed to me, which is a bit of a shame. Very, very glitzy, very big, as you'd expect from an animation. A lot of action with the songs, but nothing that really did it for me as a song. I think there's about eight original songs in it, something like that. I will appreciate that kids will enjoy the brightness of it, the bright colours, the film, the intensity on the screen, if you like. But as far as story is concerned, it does lack a great one. It's not a greatish story. There's no distinct good and evil in this. There's no real jeopardy, which, for all good films, you think of your Lion Kings, even your Snow Whites and your Cinderellas. There's jeopardy. There's something nasty, something evil, and your heroes getting picked on. There's no real, even when things are falling apart, there's not a feeling of jeopardy in this. And I found it a little bit bland, to be honest with you. So the story was a little bit lacking. No good or evil, which is perhaps a change. I mean, it doesn't always have to be the same. Of course it doesn't. You can take it, but I mean, it is. For me particularly, I just need some of that. It didn't sort of appeal to me what they tried to do with this. The characters were okay. Mirabella's okay. Or Mirabella is fine. A couple of the others are okay. They didn't really make me smile that much. Some of the humour was a bit forced and didn't really appeal to me. And I have to have an attachment and I have to invest in characters as well, whether they're cartoon or real. It doesn't bother me. I can invest in a character and get upset if a character dies, whether it's on an animated screen or in real, a real life character. But it just no one I could really find any real attachment to, unfortunately. But I do appear to be in the minority. So, but I do believe behind all the glitz, colour, and the routine Disney songs, as I say, there's nothing special in this. I say, if the guy or the lady who's involved in Hamilton, who was involved in this, as I said, there's certainly 2 or 3 things in Hamilton I did like a lot. So, but there's not very much in this song-wise, and there's not very much in this story-wise to appeal to me. But as in said that, it's nothing too much to appeal to me. to raise it above from being an okay watch. It's an okay watch. I mean, the grandkids wanted to go and watch it again. I would gladly go and watch it again. You know, I would perhaps get a little bit more out of it, but to me, it's certainly not 8 or 9 out of 10 like some of the 10 out of 10, which obviously they've been giving this, and the critics love it, obviously. And when the critics love something and the general public loves something, it's usually a fair bet that it's a classic. But yeah, it didn't work for me, unfortunately. But it is okay, as I said, nothing wrong with it. It's a nice thing. It just wasn't my sort of thing from Disney. I think Disney have done far better, and this is unusual. And I think of things like, is it Rio, the one with the park? I mean, that was again similar sort of style, if you like, but at least there's a little bit more a better story to that. The story for this just left me a little bit empty and a little bit unsatisfied, to be honest with you. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. As I say, as long as the kids love it, it doesn't matter, does it? As I say, it's not a bad film, and I'm going to give it a rating. Of course, I'm going to give it a watchable rating. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I'm not going to do anything like not give it a rating or anything like that, but as I say, I'm not as enamoured as most of the critics appear to be, and certainly a couple of the ones that I sort of read their views and think, you know, he talks common sense, do sort of agree with me, so I'm quite happy with that. But as I say, I've gone through the reviews on Internet Movie Database from Joe Public as well, and the actual written reviews, there is quite a lot of negativity, but obviously a lot of people, to get that score up, have just left scores without leaving a review, so that probably says a lot as well. But it is watchable, but yeah, Disney's 60th, yeah, it was fine, but not quite as good as I was hoping when I saw those sort of reviews, because I did read some of the reviews before I watched the film. But there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. What I'm going to do rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. We meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or have a look at my football channel if you get a chance. It'd be great to see you over there as well. If you or anyone you know might be interested in my team, Manchester City, I do vlogs on my club as well, history and past and present, everything, quizzes, you name it. Little nice Christmas vlogs as well for a little special occasion. So seek that out and have a look at that if you get a chance. If not, if it's back on air, it'll be great to see you back here on the Film and TV channel very, very soon. Until then, please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.